Honestly, I'm here because I'm tired of people's country. So, the House of Reps recently debuted a bill that will essentially criminalize cross dressing in Nigeria. The bill defines cross dressing as the practice of wearing clothes usually worn by a person of the opposite sex. The bill also says that a person engaged in cross dressing is guilty of an offense and liable to imprisonment for 6 months or to a fine of 500,000 naira. So, essentially, people like Bobrisky and James Brown would be in even more trouble than they already usually are on a normal day. Um, and I think my thing with this is that, like, I feel like what you're doing is rubbish when you can get most Nigerians to agree that what you're doing is rubbish. Like, generally, Nigeria is a very conservative place, right? So things like cross-dressing, actually, on a normal day is even dangerous, for a person, particularly for men. On just a normal day, you could get beat up just walking down the road. But be that as it may, I think, most Nigerians that have come across this bill are like, what kind of rubbish is this? Like, where do you people even find the time? Because it's literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, first of all, if people are cross-dressing, how is it anybody's business? Like, how is it your business? How is it affecting me? I feel so inclined to just mind my business because I genuinely don't care, how you're choosing to live your life when it comes to certain things. Like, honestly, if you're not harming anybody, who cares? And honestly, even if you do care, and that's a whole different conversation, even if cross-dressers upset you for some reason, I'm sorry, our House of Reps doesn't have bigger problems to tackle. The recent attack on the Abuja Kaduna train that happened, where people were killed, people were kidnapped, the horrible things that happened. Like, there's just obviously a plethora of, actual problems for us to sit down and solve. Why is policing what people are wearing people's priority, honestly? And speaking of the attack on the Abuja Kaduna train, what happened is so horrible. And the bandits or the terrorists that attacked the train and killed some people and abducted some, they released a video with a statement talking about, well, first of all, they said they were releasing Awan Ali Hassan, who is the managing director of Bank of Agriculture, and they said that they're taking pity on him because of his old age, and also because it's the holy month of Ramadan. They're releasing him based on that. And I was like, I don't understand. So when they went and attacked the train and killed people and abducted them, they did not remember that it was the holy month, right? It's like, but now that they're releasing him, they're like, what, based upon say now Ramadan be this, so like let's just release this one, do you understand, out of the goodness of our heart. I was like, cool, that's very interesting. But basically they kept talking and they said that if the government doesn't meet their demands, they will kill the rest of the victims they have in captivity currently, that to kill person will be hard thing for them, right? And when they said that, I was like, again with the conflicting statements, like 1 second this holy month of Ramadan, so we're releasing this man because for goodwill, and then the next second we're going to kill all these people. Like, to kill people is not hard for us. I'm like, okay, but they said something else that was very intriguing after that. They said that if the government doesn't meet their demands, they are going to kill everybody. And they said that we don't want your money. You know exactly what we want, so give it to us, right? Which I thought was very, very interesting. Obviously, a lot of people are wondering what is it exactly that they're talking about, that they're demanding from the government. That's not money, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's very terrifying, and honestly, like, I can't imagine what this must be like for the families of the people who have been abducted, people who passed away, may they rest in peace. But my point is, it's not as if my priorities are always 100%, let me be honest, but they're better than this. Like, it's just I'm tired. Like, every day the House of Reps really comes up with something else. Like, what do they even do in those chambers, really, to be honest? Like, anyway, and I was talking to a friend about this, right? And she said that honestly, this thing of like, terrorists kidnapping just random victims and, making a video calling out the government, asking for whatever it is they want, if it's money, if it's this or if it's that, like, when it comes to Nigerian government, why should it work? Do you understand? Because we already know the government doesn't care about the people on a normal day, like on a good day. So when you now kidnap the people and you tell the government that, like, oh, we'll release them only if you give us this and that, they'll allow you to kill. They just won't answer you. They'll probably allow you to kill them, to be honest. Like, unless of course there are other nuances and caveats that we're not seeing on the outside. Maybe there's something about the specific people they took, I don't know. But I'm just like, yeah, Nigerian government doesn't care about the people, so why would they bend to your demands if you kidnap their people? There's probably a lot more to this story, to be honest. Definitely way more to it, and I'm very curious as to what it is they're demanding, since it's not money. But anyway, I say all that to say this, that it's just a bit frustrating, knowing that there's so much happening in the country at any given moment, so the government could step in and try and intervene. Do you understand? But they don't. Instead they sit down in their chambers and they decide to amend the bill so that it can criminalize cross-dressers. And I think the thing with being Nigerian is that at this point I think most of us are really just dropped our expectations. Like they're in the ground, they're in hell. We're not even expecting you to not steal money. We're not even expecting you to, just at the very least, just do the job and steal money. Do you understand? Like, don't be embarrassing us on a daily basis talking about let's make a bill to criminalize cross-dressing when there is so much happening in the country. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Yeah. This country don't tire me.